The moment that we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. The Champions League knockout rounds have officially begun, and the round of 16 has already produced some incredible football. With 8 incredible matchups across the first 2 days, we've already witnessed some beautiful goals, some high-intensity moments, and everything else that makes this competition great. Today, we're looking back at the first leg matches in the Champions League round of 16 to see who's off to a hot start and who needs to redeem themselves in the return fixture. It's make or break time in the Champions League, so let's see who's cut out for the big stage. The first game of the day would be the match 4 replay between Club Brugge and Aston Villa. It would take just 3 minutes for the English visitors to find their opening goal, with Bailey's beautiful left volley finish being enough to give Villa an early 1-0 lead. That lead would last just 9 minutes, as Brugge's counter-attack would lead to a clean finish from De Kuiper in the 12th minute, bringing the game level at 1-1. The first half would see a few more chances to go both ways, but the score would remain level at 1-1 going into the break. It would take 37 minutes for Aston Villa to find their next goal, with Mekala's own goal in the 82nd minute giving the visitors a 2-1 lead with minutes to go. Marco Asensio's clean finish from the penalty spot in the 88th minute would be the final play of the game, as Villa came away with a thrilling 3-1 win away from home. The next game of the day would be a tight encounter between Borussia Dortmund and Lille. The German side would open the scoring in the 22nd minute after a gorgeous half volley from Adeyemi that slammed into the back of the net, giving Dortmund a 1-0 lead that held until the break. The French visitors would be next on the scoreboard, with Haraldson slicing through the German defense and slotting home his shot to bring in the game level at 1-1. Despite some big chances for Lille in the second half, the match would end level at 1-1 as both sides settled for 1 point each. Moving over to the Netherlands, PSV and Arsenal faced off in a match that no one could have anticipated. The English side wasted no time getting on the score sheet, and after 3 goals from Timber, Nwaneri, and Marino, Arsenal had a commanding 3-0 lead by the 31st minute. PSV's only silver lining of the first half was Noah Lang's superb penalty in the 43rd minute, as the match went into halftime at 3-1 for the away visitors. Arsenal wasted no time getting back on the score sheet in the second half, and with 2 goals from Odegaard and Trossard in 3 minutes, they now had an unbreakable 5-1 lead. 2 more goals for Odegaard in the 73rd minute and Calafiori in the 85th minute would be the icing on the cake, as PSV fall to a truly embarrassing 7-1 defeat at home to Arsenal. The final match of the day would be the highly anticipated encounter between local rivals Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. It would take just 4 minutes for the home side to get on the board, with Rodrigo's insane run and finish giving Real Madrid a 1-0 lead early on. That lead would last just 28 minutes, as Julian Alvarez launched an absolute rocket of a curling effort into the top right corner, bringing the game level at 1-1 going into halftime. The next goal of the match would come just 10 minutes into the second half, with some dancing feet from Brahim Diaz that led to a clean finish into the right corner, giving Madrid a 2-1 lead. The home side had a few more chances to finish off this game, but the match would ultimately end as a 2-1 win for Real Madrid. The first 4 games were thrilling to watch, and we still had 4 more to go. The first match of the second day of action saw Feyenoord and Inter Milan square off in a tense encounter. The game got off to a relatively slow start, but it would be the Italian side who would get on the score sheet first. Marcus Thuram's beautiful finish in the 38th minute would give Inter a crucial 1-0 lead, and that advantage would last until the halftime whistle. Inter wasted no time grabbing their second goal in the 50th minute, with a lethal strike from Martinez bringing the score to 2-0 for the Italians. That would be the final goal in this game, as Inter come away with a dominant 2-0 win on the road. The next match of the day was the all-German face-off between Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen. It wouldn't take long for the Bavarian side to grab the first goal, with Harry Kane's pinpoint header finding the back of the net in the 9th minute, giving Bayern an early 1-0 lead. That would be the only goal in a fierce battle between the 2 German giants, as the match went into halftime at 1-0 for Bayern Munich. Bayern would be the first side on the score sheet in the second half, with Musiala's tap-in from close range in the 54th minute leading to a comfortable 2-0 lead for the home side. Things went from bad to worse in the 62nd minute for Leverkusen, as Nordi Mukiele's second yellow card of the match would lead to a red card and 1 man down for the visiting side. It got even worse for the visiting side when they conceded a penalty in the 73rd minute, which would be tucked away by Harry Kane, giving Bayern a commanding 3-0 lead. That would be the final act in this match, as Bayern steamrolled Leverkusen en route to a truly important 3-0 victory. Moving over to Portugal, Benfica and Barcelona faced off in a replay of their matchday 7 battle. Benfica's effort in the 20th minute almost led to a goal, but Kubarsi's challenge on Pavlidis would lead to a red card for the Spaniard, bringing Barcelona down to 10 men early on. Barcelona did well to maintain momentum despite going down a man, but the first half would see no goals for either side, as the match went into halftime stuck at 0-0. It would take just 16 minutes for Barcelona to find the opening goal, as a wonderful strike from Rafinha after a defensive error from Benfica would lead to a 1-0 scoreline for the visitors in the 61st minute. That would be the first and last goal in this match, as Barcelona somehow come away with a 1-0 victory after going down to 10 men early on. And finally, the last game of the day was the marquee matchup between PSG and Liverpool. PSG came ever so close to opening the scoring in the 20th minute, but Kvaratskhelia curling effort would be ruled out for offside. PSG were all over Liverpool in the first half, putting up 12 total shots and 1.37 xG, but the match went into halftime stuck at 0-0. Despite having 15 total shots in the second half and over 75% possession, PSG would not be the first team on the score sheet in this match. After being on the field for just a few seconds, Harvey Elliott's low-driven shot would find the back of the net in the 87th minute, giving Liverpool a crucial 1-0 lead. That would be the only goal in this thrilling match, as Liverpool come away with a critical 1-0 victory. After 8 thrilling games in the first leg of round of 16 action, let's see where each matchup stands before next week's games. Aston Aston Villa return to their home ground with a commanding 3-1 lead on aggregate, and Club Brugge have a mountain to climb if they want to make it to the next round. Dortmund and Lille share the spoils in the first 90 minutes of their tie, and Dortmund will have to play at their absolute best if they want to get past the solid French side. Arsenal come away with one of the most dominant away wins in recent times, and PSV need an absolute miracle if they want to make it out of the return fixture alive. Real Madrid come away with a 2-1 victory in the first leg, but it truly is all to play for in the return fixture at the Metropolitano. Inter Milan were absolutely stellar in their away victory in the Netherlands, and Feyenoord have an enormous task ahead of them in the return fixture. Bayern Munich were completely dominant and played some great football, while Leverkusen are in a massive hole going into the second leg of their tie. Barcelona played some great football and came away with a win on the road, but Benfica could still make this tie interesting in the return fixture next week. And finally, PSG's handful of missed chances come back to haunt them, and Liverpool now have the advantage as they return to England for next week's game. Some ties have already been decided, but there's still plenty of action to look forward to in the Champions League round of 16. But what did you think of the first few matches in the round of 16 of the Champions League? What are some of your craziest predictions for the return fixtures, and who do you think will make it to the quarterfinals? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more football content, tier lists, and everything in between, and as always, I'll catch you next time.